Hi, this is Keto Helper Chef Steve here with another delicious meal. I know it's often hard to figure out what are we going to eat on our new keto lifestyle and what can be fun, what can be different, tired of the same old basics. We've got one of our family favorites. It was actually one of my favorites and my wife's favorites long before we even started eating the keto lifestyle. And she often asked me, can we have salmon tonight? Can we have that salmon and asparagus tonight? And it doesn't have to talk hard to me because I'm easy to convince because I love that too. And we're blessed in the Pacific Northwest to have the freshest salmon in the world, the best tasting. And salmon is a really good meat to eat. It has a high amount of oils that are really good. That's what we're looking for. And it's a really good source of protein. And asparagus, what could be better? Today I've got some really skinny asparagus. It gets a little fatter during the summertime, but this will work just great. So I'm going to cook them in the same pan. So it's going to be a one-pan cook. And one thing that I do that maybe is a little different is I like to throw fire at this stuff. I like to cook it at a very high temperature. We're going to be cooking today at 500 degrees. And the reason for that is it just sears in all the juices and flavors. And actually, we served this at a wedding of one of our children's, and people that said they didn't like salmon came up to me afterwards and said, you know, I don't eat fish, I don't eat salmon, but I tried some of that. I liked it. I'm going to start eating salmon just off of this salmon. And the salmon we're doing tonight is a pesto sauce on top with pine nuts. And pine nuts, I think, make everything better, in my opinion. And Costco has a really good deal on pine nuts. And we've got the Costco garlic already crushed up. So we're going to save a little time there. But it's a really easy, quick meal to make. And we're going to make fresh pesto tonight because you know what's in it. You don't have to guess, is there added sugar or chemicals or preservatives or when was it made? We're going to make it fresh. So I have some organic basil. And I've already rinsed this off, washed it. We're going to put this in our food processor. Okay. And we're going to put 1/3 cup of olive oil. And we're going to blend this till it kind of gets emulsified. You're going to love this. The flavor is delicious. It melts in your mouth. It'll get a nice brown crust with the ingredients we're using. And we're going to put a little shredded Parmesan in here too. And about 1/3 cup also. Okay, that might be a little hard to get in this little cup. But that looks like 1/3, doesn't it? There we go. We got 1/3 cup there on that. And don't forget the garlic. Okay? Garlic and butter on everything is my way I look at life. And you know, whatever your likes are. I mean, there's the amount I'm going to use. In my version, 1 tablespoon, okay? Got that. And now the pine nuts. There's about 3 of those. 3 of these in there. It'll give it a nice nutty flavor when we're done. These are great. Low on carbs too. Okay? Then we're gonna I like fresh ground black pepper. You can be pretty generous on that. So I like that little peppery flavor to it. Okay, and then we have the ground Himalaya pink salt. Okay, and again, you know, I like the pink salt. It has more minerals in it. Not too much, but you gotta find a nice balance and not oversalt or undersalt it. Okay, so we have olive oil, 1/3 cup, 1/3 cup of Parmesan. We've got some garlic, some pine nuts. We seasoned it, and I'm gonna put a little bit of butter in it. You know, because everything is better with butter on it, in my opinion. Because when you cook it at that higher temperature, you're gonna see as the liquid falls away, sort of a brown crusting that's happening on where the fish oil and the crusting happens. And you know, when you get that little brown crusting, that's that butter saying, we're done, we're ready to eat. Okay, so let's see how this comes out in this fancy food processor. I think you're really gonna like this. You just go until it's emulsified, sort of a paste. I think we're about there. What do you think? Okay, and here is our fresh Pacific salmon. So we're going to bring this over here. We'll trade places with the butter here. We'll put our salmon out on the pan now. I think the pan is important. This is a broiler pan without the broiler rack. It seems to get it just the right amount of hotness. I don't like cooking on aluminum cookie sheets too much because it seems like there's some flavor of the aluminum in the food. I like this the best. And what I am going to do though, I don't want the salmon to stick, so I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil and just position that way. And today we're going to do a one pan cooking. So we're going to do the asparagus and the salmon in one pan, and I like to cook them both at a high temperature. You may need to take the asparagus out before the salmon is ready, especially today with these pencil thin asparaguses we have. So let's go ahead and get our pesto sauce on the salmon. We've got a lot of choices here. Well, we'll pick this one today. And look at that. I mean, look at that. That's the pine nut flavor in there. And the fresh basil. Ah. You're gonna like that. Now that's gonna cook down. It won't be that high when you're done. But the sauce that you create will be great to drizzle on it afterwards as well. And people are gonna want your recipe. They're gonna say, okay. I like salmon now. Okay? So let's go ahead and move this to the side because we're gonna do a one pan meal here. Now how much time have we taken so far? Not very much. And so I don't know if we need all this asparagus today because we're cooking for two, all right? And the way you do asparagus, you probably all know this, you kind of grab it about there, right past half, and you break. All right? You break off the bottoms, then you have what's left is the best part, okay? Let's go ahead, and I'll show you how I do that now. I take, again, olive oil. Olive oil is the spice of life for cooking for me. Not a whole lot. You see it's kind of shiny now, right? Very shiny. Now the other thing I'll do is I'll have a little bit of water. I'll be right back here. Just a skosh of water. Just a skosh, okay? And now, I have just the Costco garlic salt. Great flavored salt, seasoned salt. We'll go ahead and put that on there. Again, season it to taste. I kind of flicked it there so it's all coated nice. And then I'll go ahead and I'll flatten it out as much as possible there because we're roasting this at a very high temperature, okay? And that's it. That's my preparation. Not a whole lot of work involved in there. Fresh ingredients. It's going to be delicious. Now we're going to put that in the oven. Now if you notice in my oven, I have a pretty high rack here. We're going to put it up high because I want that top to be nice and brown and beautiful. And again, 500 degrees. So cook that 5 to 8 minutes depending on your oven.